Welcome to the 50-yard line. I'm Camden Doris with head coach Matt Hoover. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good.
Coach had another open week we talked about after Rawls had to forfeit the game we were supposed to go down there and play against them, coming off that homecoming game against Hell Center and looking forward to a little bounce back there with Rawls. But unfortunately, they had to cancel, and so we had an open week. But we kind of looked at some positives and stuff like that. Last episode, we were talking about getting some guys healthy. What are those guys looking like now?
That was one of the things that was probably the best for last week was, we got to not hit on each other and try to get some guys healed up that just had small nagging things that have been bothering them for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I felt like just really scaling it down and doing those really pretty short practices. The weather didn't really cooperate with us either.
Yeah, so. I watched a lot of practice last week. Yeah, a lot of lightning and stuff like that and delay. So.
So I mean, we got 3 days of work in. So I mean, that's still, but it was good. We got to break some things down and really focus on some really small things that we were struggling with, and really break it down and spend a significant time working on those small things. So I'm anxious to see what's our health like going into the game on Friday, and how those those little small details that sometimes get overlooked just because you just run out of time.
Right.
That we were able to really work in on and just really start fine tuning those things. And so far at practice this week, there's been a significant difference in those things. So we'll see. When live ammo's coming, sometimes you revert back, but hopefully, hopefully we don't.
Yeah, I just getting to work on, like you said, just working on those little things, just kind of go back to just getting to hyper focus on those things and get those guys kind of just some teachable moments for sure. Break it down in film, and then you get to show it on the field, and you get really just 2 weeks in there. That's kind of what you want when you get in your open week as well. That's coming up next week.
Next week,
right?
We get to 2.0 it next week.
Yeah, next week. So again, just get those guys healed up, which is huge, especially going into district play coming up. But Fritch, a good team, got a win over Shamrock, district opponent, last week. I know we went down there and watched those guys play. A lot of size, a lot of this inverted bone is what they're running with the option looks and things like that. Just kind of a mesh of several offenses together. Got some traps and things like that they like to run. How do you feel about the Fritch as we travel over there on Friday?
I think it's what they do. It kind of really fits their identity of the type of player that they have over there.
Yeah. And
it's a new guy over there, and I think he's doing a good job. And it's good for us to see some stuff like that, because it's not traditional.
Right. A lot of misdirection type stuff.
Yeah, so I think it'll be good for us. It'll test our discipline, especially defensively, on who we're supposed to take, when we're supposed to take them, what adjustments we got to make when they start motioning and all those things.
Right.
And I always like playing that game.
Yeah.
Just because if you just line up and see the same old thing week after week, your players, it's not that they get lazy, it's just they get, okay, well, we've seen this so many times, blah, blah, blah.
It can get lulled to sleep or something like that. Yeah.
We haven't seen this. So it's like, okay, we're seeing now where we're supposed to fit and what adjustment we need to make on the fly. Because, when they start motioning and all that, by the time you call the adjustment from the side, the kids have to know it. So it's a lot. It puts a lot more on their plate, just for the simple fact that hey, it's happening so fast. Coaches on the sideline, we can't get that communicated.
Can't relay it fast enough. Yeah.
So they have to think and and do some things to adjust and know once they motion, hey, this is probably what they're going to do. So
Right.
it gives us a little bit of play recognition and where we got to make our adjustments on our end to make sure we got everything taken care of and squared away. So I like it, just because that's what type of teams you're going to see in the playoffs
Right.
do stuff like that, where the kids have to make those adjustments on the fly.
Right.
And so I think it's good for our football team to see a team like that.
Yeah, I do too. Running a lot of guard tackle pull and GT stuff. Like I said, just traps off of it. And then in their passing game, a lot of play action and stuff like that. So just making sure, like you said, and I know y'all have reiterated and good coaching points, just making sure kids are reading their keys where they're supposed to. Like you said, you mentioned fit.
Don't let us get beat because we're not being disciplined.
Right.
That's kind of been the theme of the week. Don't let us get beat because we are not, taking care of our 111.
Right.
So
yeah, just all those, like I said, just all that motion and misdirection stuff, all the window dressing, really.
Yep.
And just making sure that everybody knows, and I know, like I said, y'all reiterated that, do your job.
Yep.
And so if everybody does
it
their
sounds so
job,
cliche, but that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
It's like you have to do your assignment on any given, especially defensively.
right.
Because if you try to do somebody else's job, then it opens up something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just, and I like where our guys are at. I think we're going to be, disciplined. And,
I do too.
And
they've done a
do
great
all
job.
the things that they're supposed to do. It's still that thing as a coach. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah.
You come off an open week, and it wasn't supposed. I've never been through it where it was you were supposed to play and didn't get to play, and all those things. So I felt like the kids handled it really well.
I watched practice, and I thought that intensity was up.
Yeah,
people flying around, still.
But you never know when you come off
Yeah.
those. I mean, you're gonna start sluggish, or you're gonna make some miscues that you normally wouldn't make because you weren't used to being all those things.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but still in the back of your mind, it still crosses your head 50 million times a day until we go get it on Friday night at 7,
Yeah, what happens? Yeah, I think too, Rawls aside and all that stuff, but I think the kids kind of took it, personal. They were upset about it. They wanted a game.
Sure.
They
lost an opportunity.
And I think they took that opportunity. Like, hey, we're gonna make the most of this in practice.
I 100% agree that's how their mentality was, because I think that in the grand scheme of things, it's we haven't accomplished what we've wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
These are little bitty tasks that we're going along the way that's going to set them up to obtain the things that they want to attain as a team by the season's end. And,
right.
We lost an opportunity to, go out and prove ourselves and work on the things that we needed to work on to become a better football team. And we just didn't get that opportunity. And I told the kids, I was like, guys, sometimes opportunities just vanish all of a sudden.
Right.
And that's life.
Yeah.
And you just gotta move on to the next opportunity and make the best out of it.
That's a big part. I know I like that you brought that up. We'll close out on this, and I know you got to get back to work, but just making those opportunity, life teachable moments, things like that. So anytime we, great coaches, anytime we can make an opportunity to teach the kids, a life lesson, opportunity, whatever, and you made that note that teach them that moment of all you can.
That's life.
Yeah, that's life. Right.
You're going to get an opportunity, and it may look like the greatest opportunity in the world, but once you jump into it, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Or it might not look
taken from you. Anything.
That might not have the beauty that you wanted it to, and you jump in the situation or the opportunity, and it turns out to be the best fit for you. And I can tell the kids, I was like, it's just life, guys.
Yeah.
We got to just roll with the punches that are thrown our way and play it the best we can.
And like I said, like you said as well, that they handled the practice this week. I said I watched a lot of practice. They're flying around, and so that's great to see. And I look forward to them showing what they can do and what they worked on all past 2 weeks here, getting ready for Fritch. All right, Coach. Well, thanks for your time, and
Appreciate
Good luck to you on Friday against Fritch.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the 50-yard line. We'll see you next week.
This is a man's world.
Hey,
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman.
hey. Started out riding, man, with the geezers, with this shit, then worked out the pop about the chick. All of them talk, my bad ass still ain't listen, was living, but taught me the ways they.
I'm about to go level up, I cannot settle for nothing, I never been regular, always knew I could do better, I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back. They didn't see all the time that I put in, me and the money are way too attached. Still reppin' 919, the city is mine and I put it all on the map. Coming for what I deserve, I put in the work, now I'm at a level up. Been on my grind since 2013, now the way that I live, I feel.
They saying they don't remember your name. If they love you, it's cool, give them a reason to hate you. I ain't chasing the fame, you gonna remember my name.